Next step for this guy is pressure wash, hopefully tomorrow. And then we're gonna send it away. Well, today's not really panning out the way I expected, but we're gonna get some stuff done around here. One of my here. So I can fire this thing up. First thing this morning, we just cleaned up the semi. I got the air conditioning going on it, and it was dusty as hell, so we spent some time cleaning that up. We got Dad and Zach going in the harrows again. Kind of different than what it was before. We have the big heavy harrows, or the heavy harrows, on the Delta track, and then the smaller harrows, the Borgo mid harrows, on the 2375. So Zach's going to be harrowing right around here. Dad's down at Wordsworth. We're trying to use the heavy harrows where things are the worst. Things were very flat down by Wordsworth, between some disease like sclerotinia and that extreme wind. It needs some working, so we're gonna get that done. I was planning on washing some equipment today. It is not a good day. It's cool and very windy, so we're gonna start tackling this thing. We're here in the sprayer. Take a quick look around. Obviously. And it's getting to the point where she's getting cold overnight. We're getting, every morning, the last at least 3 days, we've had some frost. I'm just gonna winterize this thing. All right, we're just gonna spray out what's left in the bottom of the tank. And then we're gonna do a quick rinse. I just ran out. That went zero, and it takes about a second and my pressure goes to zero. Now, shut my boom off. I'm gonna open my tank up, go to my rinse bar. I should see my pressure kind of pick up here shortly. 15. Surging like it wants to. Now we're starting to get a little bit of water. So let's take a look. Oh, windy. Giving her a good rinse. And we'll spray that out. Whew. Oh boy. So I've still got most of what's in there. I'll probably do 25 gallons and then we'll spray that out. I got my park brake on. We're down. We're gonna turn these guys on again. If it's not sensing anything on the pump for long enough, it will shut off automatically, but it seems to have picked up. Okay. You gotta remember which is which of these. This guy. Yeah. So that's the tank rinse. This is the supply. So I want that guy to be functioning. And really I could sit here, and if that doesn't change, that's probably my tank rinse, but that's going up. So that's probably my supply. Yeah. So I'm betting that one's my rinse bar. I don't have, I got a whole lot left. Yeah. So you can, I don't know if you could hear it, but it is rinsing in the tank. It's open. So now what I'm going to do is I flipped the valve on the back to my safe disposal. Should have pretty much just water in there right now. And so my safe disposal's my recirculation valve. So I'm going to close that guy, open that guy, and it's going to start dropping. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this so that I can suck directly. I don't have to return to the tank. I can go right out the lines. So close that. We'll open that guy. And it should just displace everything with fresh water and a little bit of ammonia. And it shouldn't go to the tank. As long as my pump's still going, which it is not. I think I did that right. So I have rinsed the living hell out of everything, except, well, not except. I want to drain everything, except I cannot find two of my tools. I have a chain vice grip. And I also have a, these guys. I need to crack this guy open. And another one on the side. And then I need a little pick tool to pull those apart. And we'll pop everything loose and we'll lift up and down and up and down. And we'll make sure there's no water left. That guy, and that ought to work. That's not going to work. There we go. Well, we may as well start at the far end. We'll work our way through. We'll try and get every drop of water out of this thing, or at least as close as we can. So these guys came with this new style. Uh-oh. They don't normally come out that easy. I do have some spares somewhere, but that wasn't supposed to happen. That's the kind of thing that could easily end up in a tire. Can't find it. Uh-oh, phone's ringing. So yeah, I'll have to find one of the spare ones. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch in the toolbox in the cab. We're gonna pop all of them off. Yeah. I guess we'll do what ones we need. And then we lift and dip. We'll see. That's loose. Okay, so we have all the strainers off, all the end caps off, and I'm just gonna lift. Oh yeah, there's some dribbling out. May as well do the other side. And then I'll lift the rack, center rack, all the way up and do the opposite. Where's that button? Right there. There we go. There's something in there. Something else I just thought about. Sure, that guy's empty. That's open. Make sure this guy's open. That strainer's off. Well, yeah, we'll just let things dribble away and I'll go get some stuff rinsed out. So we got everything back together. Now we got to put that in the tank, which is not a lot of fun. So now we've got everything. I put 25 in, or not quite, and we're going to circulate to refill the lines. I still have one more pail down there that I haven't put in, but I'm gonna fire up the pump. We'll probably lose a few gallons there. And of course there's a valve not found. Ugh. But whatever. Turn this guy back on. Pressure it up a bit. Now we'll circulate everything, and I bet most of that's going to disappear. Uh-oh. Better go throw one more in. All right, pump's on. Seems to be holding at 6, which is just enough because I like to spray a little bit out of each section just to make sure that there's no air pockets. There shouldn't be with the recirculation, but make sure within the valve there's not water. So we'll just spray a little. And then I'll just cycle on through. Then often what I'll do, so open up that sparge. I don't like opening the sparge when it's low because it'll foam it a bit, but we'll circulate it through the sparge, close it. Should have, yeah. And also I will run it through the spray bar. Just enough. And I'm just gonna let that, I'll rev her up a bit. Should probably take another gallon. Yeah. And all we're doing is just circulating the booms back to the tank to make sure there's no pockets of water, whether there's a hanging spot. I'll show you. Something like this little guy is a bit of a trap, even this being low, but we've circulated everything, cycled everything. Should be pretty good. Next step for this guy is pressure wash, hopefully tomorrow. And then we're gonna send it away for a service over the winter. We've had the discussion on whether, hey, does it make sense to upgrade our sprayer, or do we think of something different? We've kind of come to the conclusion that I think we're pretty happy with what we've got. Yes, it does have a couple little things I wish were different that the newer ones have. I really wish it was ISO, so you could get rid of this guy and just have it on here. I really like having this guy independent of that. I know you can get a Raven module that will automatically do that. I kind of like that just as a double check. You know, there's other features like the auto headland turns are nice. What else? Oh, like an auto rinse would be really nice. I like the recirculation kit that we have on. I gotta turn that off. It does have a couple minor gremlins. The steering likes to pinch, but you know, I don't know if I think we'll run this for another year. It's been fairly good to us. It's got creeping up on 2,700 hours. And I think we got it at like 16 or 1,800. It's just been a solid machine for us for the most part. You know, maybe we look at doing a delete on it, or I don't know. It's just really hard to justify buying another or a newer machine that's just going to cover the same acres. Now, maybe we can run this for a couple more years and buy another one and kind of flip-flop, like have two. I don't know. Buy one that's slightly newer than this. I don't know. There's also the drone conversation, because you start factoring how much you're paying for custom aerial, and maybe you do some of it your own. We do others with the ground rig. I think bang for your buck, that's probably the best way to go. I just don't know if it's necessarily there yet. It's not something you're going to use doing herbicide, which was where it'd be nice to have two sprayers, but I don't know, we'll see.